This adorable little boy is really pitiful. From childhood to now, he has never had a bite of meat. Every day, it's boiled cabbage. Even when a classmate offers him a sausage, he doesn't dare to try it because his mom doesn't allow it, making him much smaller than kids his age. At night, his mom opens a cabinet at home, revealing a 40-meter thick iron door. Behind the door is a secret room. The boy skillfully takes off his clothes, and on both sides are two huge iron chains. His mom steps forward to lock his hands and covers him with a blanket. This is where the little boy sleeps at night. As soon as his mom returns to bed, loud noises come from the secret room. His mom doesn't pay attention to it. Instead, she turns on the radio by the bed, turns the volume to the maximum, and then turns off the light to sleep. Why is the mom so cruel? A few years ago, she was a nanny responsible for taking care of a pregnant woman full-time. After a few days, she noticed something unusual about the woman. Every day, the woman bought a large amount of raw meat and danced and drank at night. The mom advised her that drinking was bad for the baby, but the woman insisted she join her for a bottle. It turned out she was pregnant out of wedlock, and the child's father was not the man she was going to marry. So, she was kicked out of her home by her parents. That night, the pregnant woman rummaged through the fridge, and the mom asked what she was looking for. The pregnant woman turned around without speaking, sniffed the mom, and suddenly bit her. The mom was startled, but the pregnant woman just turned and left. Looking at the sharp scratch marks on her body, the mom didn't know what was going on. On the fourth day, the pregnant woman noticed something was off with the mom, who lied that she hadn't slept well the night before. Clearly, the pregnant woman didn't remember what happened the previous night. To find out what was going on with the pregnant woman, the mom slept next to her that night. In the middle of the night, the woman suddenly opened her eyes, which turned golden, and then she got up and walked out. The mom didn't make a sound and followed her downstairs. The pregnant woman went to an underground garage and saw a stray kitten. She squatted down and held the cat in her arms. Then she ate the cat raw. The next morning, she acted as if nothing had happened, jumping around the room. This left the mom completely baffled. While cooking, the mom deliberately cut her hand and added a little something to the noodles she made. The pregnant woman said these noodles were incredibly delicious. In no time, her aunt finished them all without leaving a bit. The mother told the pregnant woman about what happened last night. The pregnant woman said that every full moon, she would be like this. Then, she shared her story. One night, she went to the top of the mountain where there was a nice bar. In the bar, she met a handsome guy. Afterwards, they drove to the top of the mountain. On the mountain, something that shouldn't have happened. When the pregnant woman woke up again, the handsome guy was gone. At that time, a werewolf appeared. The pregnant woman shot at the werewolf. The injured werewolf turned and left. After that, she became pregnant. Since then, she never saw the handsome guy again. Even though she deliberately went looking for him several times, she never saw him again. That night, the pregnant woman suddenly felt something was wrong. The mother went downstairs to call the doctor. When she returned to the room, she was stunned. The pregnant woman's belly, the car hood was already dead, and there was a monster on the ground, covered in fur. It was a little werewolf. Look, he was all black with golden eyes. The mother wanted to shoot him, but when she pulled the trigger, she hesitated. The mother placed him in the roadside bushes, but the sound of crying made her stop. After all, it was a life. The mother decided to take him home and raise him. Whether he was human or a monster, she decided to bring him up. In the blink of an eye, many years passed. The little boy had grown up. He looked fair and clean, no different from other children. It's just that his academic performance was a bit unsatisfactory. Every time, he would work hard like a tiger, but when he saw his grades, it was 2.5. He could only eat vegetables at every meal. He had never eaten meat since he was a child. This day was his 7th birthday. Grandma specially made him a meal with meat, but the mother firmly refused to let him eat it, only allowing him to eat the non-nutritious toast. Every day, he had to sleep in the secret room of the house and be chained with 2 iron chains. Loud noises constantly came from the room. The mother just turned up the music at the bedside. At this time, the boy grew sharp nails and became covered in fur. He couldn't remember anything that happened last night. The mother trimmed his nails and shaved off the fur on his body. The boy became like a normal person again. That day, the mother had something to do at noon and couldn't come home, so she specially made him lunch and put it in the fridge. The boy ran to the neighbor's house to play, and the neighbor noticed that the little boy was really too thin. He cooked a steak for him. The boy looked at the delicious steak, and his mouth started to water. Mom said this is not allowed. Well, we just won't tell Mom. The boy slowly cut a piece and put it in his mouth, savoring the flavor. This was his first time eating meat, and it was an overwhelming sensation. The boy put down the knife and fork and started gnawing with his hands. He looked just like a wild wolf, making growling sounds as he ate. In the evening, when Mom came home, the boy became irritable. He held a photo and questioned Mom, asking who this was. Seeing Mom unwilling to answer, the boy started yelling. As he was about to lose control, Mom hurriedly took him into the secret room. When she came out, her arm was already scratched. Inside, the boy kept roaring. At this time, the iron door of the secret room was covered with scratch marks, clothes were torn to shreds on the ground, and there was a lot of hair. The boy had already broken free with one arm. Seeing Mom come in, the boy became scared. Mom told the boy about his background. His biological mother was on the other side of the bridge, but she had unfortunately passed away. The boy didn't believe Mom's words. On the way, he was still sulking with Mom. At school, he asked his deskmate if he was familiar with the other side of the bridge, as he wanted to go find someone. After school, the two of them took a train until it was dark. Mom couldn't find the boy either. Meanwhile, the two boys arrived at the mall. The mall was about to close. To avoid the security guard, they hid inside the clothes. The security guard didn't see them and turned off the store's lights. The boy suggested they go home soon, but his deskmate wanted to play a little longer. Unfortunately, tonight happened to be a full moon. The boy suddenly felt very uncomfortable. When his deskmate noticed, his hand had already turned into sharp claws. The little boy closed his eyes tightly, facing upwards, his face covered in hair, and he was sweating all over. He suddenly opened his eyes. Then, the boy fell to his knees. First his face deformed, then his palms. In less than 3 seconds, the boy turned into a little wolf. His deskmate ran off as fast as he could. The little wolf quickly followed. Soon, his deskmate had nowhere to go. The little wolf took a running start and leapt at him. Mom was waiting downstairs. Suddenly, there was a noise from above. When Mom returned to the room, the boy was already asleep in bed. But his mouth was covered in blood, and his mom knew he must have caused trouble. The neighbor saw it and was very scared. He wanted to call the police and have them come over. Mom went to the neighbor's side and stayed there all night. The next day, she planned to leave as soon as possible. The boy didn't remember what happened last night. In the evening, he wanted to go to a classmate's party. His mom didn't agree to let him go. The boy tricked his mom into the secret room and took the opportunity to lock the iron door from the outside. In the evening, a colleague who sensed something was wrong came over and discovered the mom locked in the secret room. She found a gun, loaded it, and quickly ran out. The boy was dancing with his classmates. He suddenly felt uncomfortable, and soon his hand was deformed. He told his classmates to run quickly. The girl was so scared her legs went weak, and she couldn't run, only slowly retreat. The boy's hand kept shaking, and his arm burst through his clothes. The girl was so frightened she collapsed to the ground. At that moment, the boy turned into a wolf again. Just as he leapt, there was a sudden cry and a gunshot. Fortunately, the girl was unharmed. Only the little wolf was injured. Back in the secret room, his mom removed the bullet and bandaged his wound. The boy kept shouting, and his mom sang while holding his hand. Only then did the boy slowly calm down. At this time, a large number of parents rushed over. They brought weapons and stormed into the boy's house to kill the monster inside. The boy became agitated again. His mom, as if guided by some unseen force, unlocked the chains. Facing the agitated werewolf, she extended her hand. The boy didn't go berserk but instead stepped forward and took his mom's hand. His mom's love finally touched him. Next, they had to face the people outside together. The movie, Good Kid, ends here. After watching this movie, I want to ask everyone, if you encountered such a werewolf, what would you do? If it were me, Shark, I would definitely become good friends with him, have him perform transformations, and make quite a bit of money. Alright, if you want to see more great movie reviews, please follow me. Bye bye.
Yeah.